I'm back for number 3 today. Far out. I must have had some like pent up brain matrix to get out and not realising it. Now, this one I'm not even close to being capable of explaining properly. I'm going to get this wrong. And what I mean by wrong is that I'm not going to describe this the way it should be described based on our current theories of time. So put me pluggers on. Feel less Australian without me pluggers on. And since it's Australia Day today tomorrow, well, I better get me pluggers on and feel Aussie and throw another shrimp on the bar. No, that's un-Australian, that is. Right. The hell is causality and time? So this is a really weird construct. So our current theory about time is just nice. It's not an individual thing. This thing, one thing called space-time, and it's literally the fabric of the universe. Is this thing called space-time, and everything else does its thing on this thing called space-time. And there's this cool saying, and I'm probably going to butcher it. So just probably go and check it on the web. Probably should have done a little bit more research on this one, but I just wanted to get it out there because it's definitely something my head's been mulling over a lot today. Which is, so space-time tells matter how to move, and matter tells space-time how to bend. I think. It's super cool. So matter bends space-time. So gravity isn't a force. It's this space-time is this flat thing. Imagine my arms are flat, and right where my body is where there's a planet. Say my head's a planet. No jokes about the size of my head, thanks. It bends space-time down like a cone. So matter, lots of matter bends it. And when you've got a black hole, which most people would say, even Einstein himself said it didn't make a lot of sense, that there's an infinite thing. In mathematics, when something goes to infinity, there's something not quite right, something missing. We've missed something. But it's our best theory, so we'll just stick with it right now. There isn't anything that's time related. It's like there's no time. It's just space-time. There's some super cool videos about space-time and Einstein's theory of relativity and all that other stuff. So what the hell is time? Because we certainly experience, I certainly experience time. And I know you probably do. And if you don't, you probably should just have a chat with your doctor or something like that. Maybe invest in a watch. I experience it, you experience it, we all experience it, except it doesn't seem to exist. So what is this thing? And it seems to me, and it's highly likely that I've read this, it seems to me that time, our experience of time is actually more like causality. And is that real at all? So that's a really good question. So one thing happens, and the next thing happens, and the next thing happens. We experience that as time. But is it time? Because it doesn't seem to be any time. Our best theory says no time. Space-time, not time. No time thing. Now we're not really sure when it gets to this point. But if there isn't any, and we don't experience time, it's just causality. One thing after the next, after the next, after the next. Except the only moment it actually exists is now, and now, and now, and now, and now, and now, and now. No other time exists, just now. And now, and now, and now, and now, and now. It's weird. It's just a really weird thing. And when you actually have to go and look at this damn stuff like I do, it really messes with your damn head. So just, if you sit on the other side of this thing saying this dude's just butchering it, just, get your tissues out and just wipe that tear away. Because I'm having to butcher myself a little bit sometimes. This thing really messes with my head. And it's awesome. I'm having a good time. But it's also frustrating when you see these things and you go, well, how the hell did I literally go through my whole damn life thinking this time thing exists? But maybe, just get my little whiteboard marker, excuse me, getting a bit overly excited. it could be just causality. One thing after the next, after the next, after the next, which we experience as time. God knows. So much fun. Really have to have me question the hell as a human being, how flawed we are. Or at least me. That we see these things and we think we haven't fully experienced them as real. And they're not. They're just not even close. No, we don't even, no time. Weird. The whole world runs on it. No time. We experience it one way, but it's not really that way. And there's got to be something in that. Certainly got to be something in that. So I'm going to come back, I'm going to explain this is very, very complicated, and a lot of it is just literally our best guess. So what I could have said is be completely wrong. But causality is a super cool subject, and that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to bring it up. And we'll be talking about it more often. And you can read the definition of causality, I highly recommend it. But it's generally like what happened. That's just about it, really. And how do you predict or guess at or even have a crack at what happened? And I think I've created some videos about that, like early on when I first started this. Mostly when I was just completely blown away with how little I knew about some of this stuff and how mind-bending some of this stuff was. And so I will be back, champions. Champignons, it's French for champion. Although my friend Maite, which is mate in French, says that it's not French for champion. But, yeah, whatever.